Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bloody Scotland. We're thrilled to be here in Stirling to announce the programme of the festival, Scotland's first crime writing festival. So many people have asked us already, why on earth has this not been done before? And they're absolutely right. Scotland is so well endowed with so many great writers, many very good crime writers. And now has come the time to showcase that sort of talent. The whole idea for Bloody Scotland began about just over 3 years ago. Lynn and Alana Knight and I were at the Lincoln Crime Writers Association conference. Now, these kind of conferences are to help crime writers promote their own writing, and it was very fitting that at a conference of that type we came up with this idea. It was after dinner one night, and I think we're on the second bottle of Prosecco. That's become a myth, but it was true. It was the second bottle of Prosecco. And we said to each other, we should have our own festival. We have all these other crime writing festivals. Scotland should have its own festival. And we came home with that idea. We continued with that idea, and we asked some people for their advice. One of the people we asked first was Val McDermott, because she's been very much associated with Harrogate. And Val said, yes, that's a great idea, but try to find a partnership with an existing festival. The person that we've been very grateful to is Elizabeth Farr from Off the Page Festival, because when we chose Stirling as our venue, Off the Page was a terrific fit, and we're really delighted to have that association. But we couldn't have done this without our agent, Jenny Brown. Jenny's been a director of Edinburgh International Book Festival for many years. And as soon as she smiled at us and said, yes, that's a great idea, we had the confidence to know that it was going to work. And I think we really have got great places in 3 years. Why Bloody Scotland? People say, oh, great name, Bloody Scotland. Well, I always imagined all of you chaps and chapettes at the different festivals around the world propping up the bar saying, you going to Bloody Scotland this year? And it just seemed very fitting. But it's great to have so many writers involved.
2012, I wonder how many of you know what an auspicious that year is for, apart from Bloody Scotland. It's the perfect year to hold our first festival. It celebrates the anniversary of several notable fictional detectives. We're bringing back our own Conan Doyle, 125 years since the first Sherlock Holmes made it into print, 35 years since Laidlaw, William McIlvanney, the father of Tartan Noir, and of course 25 years since we first met Rebus. Unfortunately, Conan Doyle can't be at Bloody Scotland, but we are delighted to announce that Ian Rankin and William McIlvanney will feature in the programme. And we will be honouring Conan Doyle in a number of very interesting ways. One major highlight of the festival, we're delighted that we're going to have the University of Stirling Bloody Scotland masterclasses, and they're taking place on the Friday the 14th, all day Friday the 14th of September. Anne Cleves has agreed to take part in this, and I'm sure this will be an inspirational and creative event for, of course, our new generation of crime writers. During the weekend, you'll have lots of opportunities to come and dine with your favourite authors on Friday and Saturday evening. Expect sparks to fly in the big debate. Would you kill to win the man Bloody Booker? When international stars Ian Rankin and Peter James square up to Stuart Kelly, literary critic of The Scotsman, and Professor Willie Milley of Glasgow University. And we do need a referee there, and we have none other than Edinburgh International Book Festival's director, Nick Barley. As well as crime writers, we will have a number of experts on hand. The people who work in the real world of crime. We'll have forensic anthropologists, pathologists, forensic experts, criminologists, and serving police officers. Is fact stranger and more gruesome than fiction? You bet your bloody life it is. Our inaugural programme offers something for every criminal taste, whether you're a lover of historical crime, true crime, contemporary crime, or teen crime. And to complete it all, a fantastical festival finale, an unmissable one-off performance of a Sherlock Holmes story. I wonder if you know what it might be. the Red-Headed League, especially dramatised for us by Ron Butlin. It will have a colourful cast of 10 leading crime writers. You have been warned. Now, Bloody Scotland was set up to celebrate Scottish crime writing and its importance internationally. It was also created to encourage new talent and, using the global reach of the new media, present new and existing talent to the world. As Ian Rankin said at the soft launch, Nordic noir is no better than tartan noir, it just has better PR. Not anymore. To this end, we will be showcasing the brightest emerging crime writers, and we have instigated 3 competitions to encourage this new talent. The Pitch Perfect event, where entrants can pitch their prospective crime novels in 100 words to a panel of nippy sweeties, namely Liz Small of Waverley Books, Rachel Rayner of Trans World, Maxine Hitchcock of Simon & Schuster, and literary agent and chair of Bloody Scotland, Jenny Brown. In this digital age, it will be iPads for the winners. Short story competition. With the aim of discovering the next big name in crime fiction, we have Bloody Scotland's Glengoyne Whisky short story competition. It will give you the opportunity to be published in an e-book anthology of short crime stories entitled, I love this, Worth the Wait. The overall winner will receive a bespoke hand-graved Glencairn crystal decanter, 35-year-old malt whisky, Highland single malt, and it alone is worth £2,000. I'd love to go into that. Do you think they would notice if I just changed my name? Scottish Crime Book of the Year. It's time to recognise and reward our internationally renowned excellence in the genre of crime writing. We're thrilled to launch the Bloody Scotland Crime Book of the Year Award with a judging panel of crime fiction experts and chaired by broadcaster Sheena MacDonald. The prize for that is £3,000 and it will be promoted widely by Watersons. And it's not just our crime writers we're here to encourage, it's our crime readers too. Bloody Scotland is at the forefront of the digital revolution, actively using social media channels and digital technologies to make our festival inclusive and interactive, with an ability to reach out to an international audience. Check out our interactive crime map for an example of how we plan to put Scottish crime writing on the world stage.
A major festival like Bloody Scotland simply does not happen without the backing of willing sponsors. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Czars for giving us the wonderful deal of a 3-year sponsorship. It's good to know that our finances are taken care of by one of the world's best accountancy firms. Other sponsors I wish to thank are Lindsay's Solicitors, Glengoyne Distillers, Waterstones Bookstores, Stirling Council, Event Scotland and Creative Scotland, the University of Stirling, Forth Valley College, the Open University in Scotland, our media partners, the Daily Record, Blasted Heath, Arts and Business Scotland, Cisco and the Arvin Foundation. Each of these bodies has enabled us to fund what I believe is going to be one of the best loved festivals in Scotland's literary circuit, and I do thank them all most sincerely. It now falls on me to introduce Peter Gibson of Czars to say a few words. Peter.
Thank you very much. I don't know if you'll applaud when I leave, but I'm delighted to be here today representing Czars, headline sponsor for the Bloody Scotland Festival. Marvellous name for a festival, and a name I'm sure will be referred to frequently between now and 2014 in the corridors of power in Westminster. You may ask why an international accounting and business advisory firm chose to sponsor an event like this rather than the more traditional dinners, black tie events, business awards events. But while those types of events can raise profile, and that's something certainly that we wish to do in Scotland, when I heard about the prospect of a Scottish crime writing festival, it really caught the imagination, because it's getting involved at the start of something, and in terms of the benefits that it can bring, and what our sponsorship can achieve, it's far more than another dinner, etc. It's more than just about raising awareness about Mazar. It's actually being involved from the outset in creating something that's going to last and going to make an ongoing contribution to the Scottish cultural scene. So it's actually important. When one thinks about it, it appears to me anyway, blindingly obvious that Scotland should have its own crime writing festival. You think about the authors that Scotland has produced on a consistent basis over a long period of time, the world's best. You think about the genre itself and how popular it is, and indeed in the UK, I think last year alone, sales from crime writing were £143 million. Obviously, being an accountant, I had to mention that. And it's the most popular genre in Scotland. But we didn't have a crime writing festival for people to support it and to encourage new talent to emerge. Well, now we do. We do because of the efforts of Alex and Lynn and Jenny and all those others, colleagues and organisations who got together to make this happen. And it will be a success. It will be a success because of the enthusiasm, support and contribution from the many Scottish crime writers who are really getting behind this. And hopefully it will get stronger each year in its importance in the literary calendar. At Mazar, we pride ourselves on our international reach. Well, this festival already has international reach. And the demand from America is terrific to see already for bookings for the festival. In fact, you need to get in early because they will take over. And in showcasing Scotland's outstanding literary talent, there's an opportunity here to build the Scottish brand and to promote that brand. There's no doubt in my mind that the financial crisis has had an impact on Scotland's brand. I have no doubts about that. So in these times of economic recession, it's important that we find other avenues to actually really promote what's good about Scotland and the other important aspects of that brand, because it is a terrific brand. And this festival provides a real opportunity to do that. So from our perspective at Mazar, it's more than just sponsorship, because for working with the committee, it gives us an opportunity to do something that makes a difference, and we're delighted to do that. Today, everybody in this room and further afield also has an opportunity to make a difference to what's going to happen here. By spreading the word about Bloody Scotland, generating excitement and encouraging people to attend it and to take part in the festival. Thank you very much indeed.
Now, Lynn and I are very happy to take any questions from any of you here, so don't be shy. No hands up. Well, that reminds me of the first time I went to Cornton Vale to read to the girls, and I said, now girls, don't be frightened to ask any questions. You can ask me anything you like. And one wee girl put her hand up at the back and says, Mrs, where did you get your cardigan? Questions, if you wish.
What, given that you landed on the name Bloody Scotland, what were the names you rejected?
I don't remember, do you?
No, Bloody Scotland name came from Alex very early on. And I loved when you said there's such a lot to play with. It's very Scottish. It's in your face and it's funny and it gives you such a great opportunity when you see some of the tweets that, you know, the way that you can play with the name Bloody Scotland. Like as Alex said, I'm away to Bloody Scotland. And what you said recently, you know, Bloody Scotland and the Bloody Scots will be up there. In the news for a few years. So it just works. The other thing too, having seen Stirling, I think we'd already seen Stirling and decided we wanted to come to Stirling. We want to encompass the Highlands and the Lowlands, and Stirling is sitting right there in this magnificent position. on the Highland fault line, and it just looks fantastic when you come in. And if you want to be an international reach, that image was very powerful. But also, this is bloody Scotland. So many bloody good battles have been fought here. So it sort of puts it within the context of the bigger Scotland as well as the crime-writing Scotland.
2014 is a big year.
Yep.
2014, we will probably be concentrating a lot on historical crime fiction because it's 700 years since Bannockburn. So it'll be a bloody Scotland.
Bloody Bannockburn.
Bloody Bannockburn, yes.
I did think as I got up here, oh my God, now's the day and now's the hour. And I thought I won't go further in that thought, but yeah, there's lots of fun to be had with this name.
I think from where I've been sitting, it's been terrific to see the momentum build from the early stages in terms of an idea, and it gained momentum and more people involved, and it's really terrific just to see something that you know is going to be really good.
That's right. I mean, one of the things that thrills me particularly is the website. I think it's the most magnificent website, and anybody visiting that website, it's so easy to access from now on all the events programme which we're launching today, but there's so much more to the website. And I think it's a very Scottish kind of website. If you look at it, Craig Robertson has listed a whole lot of things about why you should come to the festival, only one of which is inaccurate. And I think he put something down about come for the great weather that weekend. And I mean, we have this self-deprecating sense of humour, don't we? And that's where Bloody Scotland came from originally.
And what you said about the American interest is great, and we really are playing with this whole digital world, and I think we really have to be out there. And by this time next year, the digital world will have moved on even further, and we aim to be there, don't we, Kyle?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that it?
Well, if there are no more questions, I just want to say thank you very, very much for coming today. And please remember, you can start counting down from now on. It's 120 days till the festival. Thank you so much for coming,
Thank you.
We'll see you in September.